Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Grizzly Bear Sims YouTube channel, and welcome back to Lawfolds, Scotland. This is episode number 57, and as you can tell, we are in a brand new game day, and it is 6:30 in the morning, and we've got a hired worker helping us out today. We've got another one that is due to report here to the farm any minute now. And so when they arrive, they will actually be taking over for us here, operating the New Holland tractor and the Pinta DB50, while we go and spend sort of the rest of our time together doing seeding oilseed radish on the field that we harvested yesterday. So want to basically be able to provide to whomever decides to take over, whomever might want to purchase this field from us, be able to give them a farm that they can basically move into and get right to work doing some things, obviously next spring, of course. And so that's what we're hoping to be able to do. And I hope you all are having a wonderful, wonderful day. Just taking a look at my schedule here. You're watching this episode on Thursday, and I tell you what, the month of May is just slipping right on by, pretty much like we seem to be slipping as we're heading up the hill here. Now we've added the gearbox mod to our list of realism sort of modifications and such that we've made to the game. Obviously, if you've been paying attention and if you've been watching the previous episodes, both here on Lawfolds as well as on Lone Star, my two maps that start with L's there and sound very similar, and to be quite honest, I do get sort of confused with them myself as we move away from those noisy tractors. So I've added that. The gearbox mod is something that is brand new to me, and I must admit that it is going to take me just a little while to get used to that. And I've got it right now in automatic mode, and I see that our hired help has showed up, so I am going to go ahead and let them have at it here in the New Holland. Hopefully they will be able to do the job without or at least with minimal interruptions, I'm hoping. Anyways, we'll see how everybody gets along together and everything. Let's see, all that looks like that's set up pretty good there. So we will drive course from nearest waypoint, and hopefully she is going to just turn right into that gate, isn't she? I was hoping that she would go ahead and just drive right on up to that stop sign, but not going to do that. So we'll see if she'll figure things out here for herself. Hopefully she will, but looks like she is turning completely back around the other way. I tell you what, might need to just basically fire this one and start with a new worker. We'll see. Maybe what she wants to do is she wants to go ahead and run back to the silo and empty this. Courseplay, courseplay has its opportunities, and that's putting it about as mildly as I can, and being positive and everything about things. Let's see what she wants to do there. If she wants to go empty, that is fine with me. She can certainly go and empty first and then come back and then get right with it. So hopefully that is what she's going to do. And she's working the gears like a boss, so or at least I think it's a she. It was a she the first time around. So we'll see if they go ahead and do that. Okay, we'll jump off here and just kind of make sure they're gonna get there to the tip point. Okay, so she will go ahead and pull forward, and she is slipping, but hopefully she'll figure it out and engage four-wheel drive, and then she will back up. So I really do not know how effective the whole more realistic mod and the gearbox mod and courseplay all plays together. I know that it's supposed to work. How well it works, we are just going to have to kind of wait and see, but I see that that's okay right there. So we're going to go ahead and go about our tasks that we need to do here this morning, and we're going to be pretty much, sort of divide and conquer over the next couple of days, really, because let me just kind of show you what we have staring us in the face here. So we've got a lot of fields. We've only harvested one field to date. That was field number 34. Well, I guess I suppose we did our corn chaff. And by the way, we need to get up there to the BGA and do something with that, and we will in due time. But we've got fields 4, fields 3, fields 26, 28, 29, and 30 that are still growing. We've got, we're in the middle of harvesting field number 31, and then we've got field 33, 32, and 27 that are ready to go as well. So we're going to have a busy day today. And I tell you what I need to do here is I need to get in this guy, and I need to make one change here. And my apologies, I normally took this off before. Let's see, where is that? Is it here? Refuel at gas point. Okay, there we go. All right, so hopefully they're going to get to do what they're doing there, and we're going to go on about, like I said, we're going to go on about our stuff that we need to do today. So we're going to go ahead and take advantage of the fact that we have a direct seed, sort of a direct seed seeder there, and we're going to go ahead, and my track IR is just giving me a lot of grief, and I do not know what is going on with it, but that's one of my tasks for this weekend is to try to figure that out. So I'm kind of doing the manual process right now, and that's sort of, did I get back here far enough? Yeah, I did. Imagine that. Let's see, there's no, I guess there's no PTO on this. Nope. So still kind of learning manual attach, getting used to it, and I will tell you that manual attach and the more realistic mod and the manual gearbox mod and everything, it's all a lot to sort of get used to, because with the more realistic mod, obviously things are a little more realistic. That's the whole name of the game, right? But it is also the tractor tends to want to roll back a little bit more than it does without that. And of course, again, that's all how it works in the sort of in the way that it works there. So let's see, let's switch this over to oilseed radish there. There we go. I think I mentioned in the last episode of both Lawfolds as well as the last episode of Lone Star, I was sort of on my soapbox talking about the fact that we've had these situations that have come up with mods and stuff like that, and sort of the unauthorized placement of those mods on sites that are just not the best in the world to be visiting. And I told you all that as sort of what I was going to do to make sure that I wasn't contributing to that. And of course, I will tell you that we've had a lot of conversation about this over at PCSG. And if you want to join in on that conversation, I do recommend that you come on over and sign up for PCSG and join in on the fun, join in on the conversation with us. But we've had a lot of conversations about it, and part of what we have tried to help people understand is that these things are going to happen. There's not a lot of ways for us to prevent this. I've sort of thrown out some ideas in my blog posting, but we don't want to necessarily, and I do apologize if if my verbiage that I use in my blog post, if that may have sort of led people to believe that I'm for locking down mods and password protecting stuff and basically, you know, closing down the system. I'm very much in support of an open system, open source, all that kind of stuff. You know, Reefy1952 brought up a very good point, and I do agree with what he said, that, you know, many new modders sort of get their start by sort of reverse engineering, and I completely understand what that concept means, and you probably do as well. But you know, the importance of an open source, open society of ideas and all that kind of stuff means that, you know, somebody can come along and they can take a mod, whether it be a tractor or a map or a script mod or something like that, and they can sort of open that up and they can look at it and they can see how it works. And if they're doing it privately, if they try to, you know, maybe reverse engineer it, try to break it, try to learn from it, you know, that's helping them to become a better modder. And obviously we need more modders in our sort of in our world than we need less modders in our world. And we know that, you know, from time to time modders get upset and they drop out, or they just get burned out and they drop out, or whatever the case might be. And so so I'm certainly not proposing a lockdown type situation where these kind of things can't happen. I just think that, you know, more people need to understand that, you know, you can certainly edit a mod to your preference. I have actually, I'm quite proud of myself today. By the way, I'm recording this episode on Friday night, the 12th of May, and I'm really quite proud of myself because for the very first time, I downloaded and installed Giants Editor. Now, I say for the first time, I did install Giants Editor on FarmSim 15 and sort of played around with it and did a few things, but I really didn't do much with it after that. And I've said before, you know, I've sort of jokingly said that Giants Editor scares me, and you know, I clarified that a few episodes ago by saying that really and truthfully nothing in life scares me, but you know, it was just not something that was really that I really felt was sort of my cup of tea, if you will. And but anyway, today I wanted to do something, and it's a new project that I will hopefully tell you about very soon. And let's see, we are sort of stuck, aren't we? Let's go ahead and lock our differentials down and see if we can get better traction. And of course I am seeding uphill, which is leading to a little bit of our problems. But anyway, I installed Giants Editor, and today, with the help of Reefy1952, helped me with better understanding some of the snow mask functionality that needs to be done to add a snow mask to an existing map for the Seasons mod. And then also Eustace Pharmer, watch some of his tutorials that he has on his channel, and he has some very basic, actually he said they were rated moron, and I will tell you that you know, this moron setting right here, driving this Fendt tractor, is a good example of that. But I figured it out, and if I can do it, then by golly, you can as well, and I would encourage you to at least try. So, but anyway, what I wanted to accomplish, and I'm not going to tell you what map it is right now. That'll be something that'll be coming at a later time, but it'll be something a little bit different, and it's not the European map that I might have mentioned that I plan to replace Lawfolds with. That's still a work in progress, and it's not yet available yet, but I'm hoping that it will be available in the next week or so, and that way I can very slowly start to do the things that I want to do with that, and get it ready to basically pick up right where, right when we decide to close this one out. But I was able to do the things that I wanted to do and get the map all zipped back up and everything. But bottom line, long story short, is this is an existing map that someone else created. And when you take a mod, and of course there may be multiple schools of thought on this, but I'm gonna give you what I think is the correct way of looking at this. Is that if someone creates a mod and they put it out on the internet, they put it in the public domain, and it's not been uploaded to sites that he or she, the original map creator, didn't want to have the map uploaded to. So in other words, they've uploaded it to a location that they agree upon and everything. And someone else, like me or like you or someone else, downloads that map, and if we look at it and we say, for my own personal use, for my own personal and private use, I would like to do this, I would like to do that, I would like to remove this building or add this building, or remove this bulldozer, non-functional piece of equipment that's just sort of eye candy. If I want to clean some of that stuff up, then I can certainly do that. Now, the dilemma, and certainly the sort of no-no that certainly occurs, is when we make these changes and we decide to upload those to another resource, another location, that we share that information or that modded and changed map with other people. Of course, I suppose there's nothing wrong with sharing it amongst friends. If you trust, if you have a group of friends and everybody is in agreement that no, I'm not going to share this mod, I'm not going to share this map or whatever, that's one thing. But you're going to have to trust all of those individuals that are a part of that, a part of your friendship, a part of your direct friends, because if you can't trust them and they violate your trust and they upload it, then that's a bad thing. That's a bad thing. But anyway, I've made some changes to a map that was created by somebody else, and I will be showcasing or showing this map on my channel. And of course, these edits, these changes that I've made are for me. I will not be sharing the map. The map will not be put on a multiplayer server. It will stay on my hard drive and will be enjoyed by me, and of course hopefully enjoyed by you through the magic of YouTube. But that will be more or less the extent of it. And I'm quite excited about it. It's going to be something that is going to be very, very different. It's going to be something that I haven't really done in a long time, as far as the way that I plan to play the map. Now, I will tell you that the sort of the intentions or the idea behind this map that was designed was basically for it to be a very, very hard map to play. Almost very similar, if you remember in Farm Sim 15, I think it was called the Hard Working map, where basically you had to clear the trees from the fields and all that kind of stuff. And you start off with almost no money. You start off with very limited equipment and everything. This particular map is even harder than that. And bear with me, because it looks like our combine is running around in circles. Hang on. All right, so I think I've got that situation sorted out. I have sort of removed Courseplay from the mix and put AI vehicle extension mode mod active, and so hopefully that will sort that little problem out for us a little bit better. We will just have to wait and see. I think the last time that we harvested on this map, it was a long time ago. Obviously we're into episode 57 now, and I would probably have to say it was 20 or more episodes ago the last time that we harvested on this map. But I'm pretty sure that I was using the AI vehicle extension mod pretty much exclusively running the harvester. Of course, we also had not as many fields as well, but we'll see how that works. You running AI vehicle extension or auto combine along with Courseplay running the tractor and tipper setup, so we'll see. But anyway, sort of long story short, and let me just sort of wrap that up. We've been having a lot of conversation about it, and just what I wanted to say more or less, and I really didn't mean to go off on the tangent that I did, because I have spent a little bit of time talking about that whole mod issue and everything, but it is something that's important to me, and as I made the commitment, I talked about it on Facebook, I've talked about it on 3 Dudes forums, I've talked about it on PCSG as well, and I've talked about it here on my YouTube channel. I am in the process, and I've made a pretty good dent in my mod list going through the FS17 mods and verifying which mods I can validate with any degree of accuracy that are genuine and authentic, meaning that they're in the location that the original mod author destined them to be in, either uploaded by themselves or uploaded by somebody else on their behalf, and that they are, you know, basically straight up good to go and all that good stuff. So I did have to cut a few mods. I think I've dropped probably 3 of my list, and my list is pretty extensive. And you know something, I think when I was going through this exercise and checking all these mods and everything, I remembered something that I said to myself, and I'm going to run up the hill here and cut another headland on this end, because we've got a little bit of close proximity there with the fence. But I said to myself, as Farm Sim 17 was basically, you know, coming to life in the very early stages, you know, late October, early November, I said, and I know others did as well. I know my good friend Eustace Pharmer made a comment about this on one of his videos. I think probably even when he was still on Farm Sim 15, that he wasn't going to go crazy with mods with 17 like he had done with Farm Sim 15. And I said the exact same thing. I'm like, you know, I'm going to sort of be the less is more kind of guy, and I very much am. You know, I think that I'm very selective on the mods that I have on my maps. I will not tolerate mods that cause problems. You know, some people sort of go, well, but you know, I really want this mod, or I really like this mod, and so therefore I'm willing to put up with some errors, or I'm willing to put up with a drop in frame rates and stuff like that. I am just not that guy. I mean, maybe if there was something that I needed to set a storyline or something, and it was going to be for just a few minutes, it wasn't going to be something that was going to be like permanent, then maybe I would say, you know something, okay, I'll tolerate it. But from a long-term perspective, and that's how I look at mods, is, you know, if I download something and use it, I'm probably going to use that. May not use it on every single map that I play, because obviously I want there to be some variety for you guys and gals, but at the same time, you know, I like to try to have things, I like to have my British style themes, and that includes, you know, Fendt equipment, things like that. Maybe the occasional John Deere for my American style stuff. I like to have, you know, the larger equipment, maybe some John Deere mixed in there, maybe, you know, some other stuff. But I'm pretty picky. So again, long story short, is I had to say goodbye to about 3 or 4 mods that I just could not validate, that I sort of thought that maybe they were not in the location that the mod author had intended them to be, and I could not track down the original location. And at the end of the day, they weren't that important to me. And so I would rather just make sure that you know, the stuff that I'm playing with. And the other commitment that I've made to all of you all is that, with the exception of the Seasons mod, and it's still, you know, it's still a work in progress, it has not been released, but with the exception of the Seasons mod, that is the only mod that I am playing with on a regular basis that I, you know, cannot tell you where to go get it or how to go get it, all that kind of stuff. That is the only mod that I'm using that fits that example. I suppose, well, okay, I suppose Lone Star version 2 is that way, but I've got news for you, and this is kind of late, but hey, you know, day late and a dollar short, but I suppose it's better than never finding this out at all. But version 1 of Lone Star is available on PCSG. I worked with R. McKinney, the map designer of Lone Star, and we got that mod, version 1 of it, which is what I started that season or that series with. It is on PCSG and it's available for you to download. And actually the link for version 1 is on my mod spreadsheet. It points to PCSG, so you can go get that. But anyway, just to wrap up this whole mod story, and I promise I won't go back down this rat hole again, at least unless something else happens, but I have cleaned up my mod spreadsheet and I have removed all of the questionable stuff that I can find. If you, though, are looking through my mod spreadsheet and you see something that you think is potentially suspect as far as not being linked to the correct location, or maybe it was uploaded, an unauthorized upload or whatever, please let me know. Please let me know. Contact me via email, grizzlybearsims@gmail.com, and or you know, leave me a comment down below the video and let me know, and I will address that immediately. And if you are the owner of a mod that you see that I'm using and it has, you know, it was not released correctly, or I downloaded it from someplace that was released without your knowledge or without your agreement and everything, please let me know that as well, and I will address the issue immediately. Because again, it is my desire that, you know, I believe it's important for those of us that do YouTube videos. If we play with a lot of mods, I believe that or at least it's important to me. It may not be important for everyone, and I'm not the YouTube cops or anything like that, but it's important to me that if I play with a mod, if you see that on my video, you can go and you can find out where you can download it so that you can have that as well. I don't do private mods or anything like that, other than if I'm playing a map like this new map that I'm going to be playing, obviously I will link the map, its original location, and you know, you're free to make the same edits that I did, but unfortunately I cannot and will not share that modded or that changed map or anything with you. I just can't do it because it's not right. So that's that, and I think that probably solves and puts the final nails in that box, and we don't need to go and like I said, we don't need to go down that rat hole again for a while anyways. So how are you all enjoying the Big Bud? If you purchased the Big Bud DLC, how are you using it? I would love for you guys to tell me that. Now, I do plan on, like I said, it's Friday the 12th of May. It's in the evening. This is the only video that I'm going to record tonight. Tomorrow morning I will get up and I will be recording episode number 11 of Lone Star, and probably episode number 11 of Lone Star will feature the Big Bud tractor. It will be in a new game day, because remember, things are a little slow to waking up there in Texas in the springtime, and so we're waiting on our soil temperatures to get above 50 degrees, I believe, is the magic number for soybeans and corn, and we need it to be 50 degrees because those are the the 2 remaining crops that we need to plant, and I think we've got 3 or 4 fields left to do. So we are going to be leveraging the big bud for that, and probably one or maybe both of the new seeders. Well, obviously we'll use the row crop seeder for the corn, and probably use one of the air seeders for the soybeans, and we'll use the big bud, and of course it will be the 747 model. So you will see that in tomorrow's video most likely. Of course, I will say, you know, I reserve the right to change my schedule, and anything can happen. I could oversleep, or I could have to, I am on call this weekend, so something could happen at the office and I could destroy my recording opportunities. But I think everything will be all right, and we'll be recording that, so that will be fun. I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to sharing that with you all. And it looks like I need to go and save the day over there. Bear with me. All right, right back at you here. Just doing some of those edit cuts and getting rid of all that. I'm not gonna show you. You know, I don't think you need to see me go over and sort out the Courseplay AI or sort out the vehicle extension AI, but that's typically what is happening. What's going on there? One of them was in each other's way, and they're either just not smart enough or they're just too stubborn to fix it themselves, and oh well, that's just the way that it is. So anyway, let me know how you're using your big bud. Let me know what maps you're playing it on, and also if you're new to the big bud, and if you don't recall me mentioning this in a previous episode, do go check out Pharmer Klein's video. He did a video showcase on 10 different maps that would be suitable for the big bud. And then also I would like to encourage you to go watch Eustace Pharmer's channel. You'll find both links to Pharmer Klein and Eustace Pharmer in the notes section down below the video always. But if you go over there, Eustace Pharmer this week released a video much like he did with the Coon DLC pack, where he talked about the big bud and the accessories that come with the big bud. And he also took it a step further and sort of showed that, you know, the big bud, don't limit yourself from enjoying the big bud tractor if you still want to play maybe smaller European style maps, as long as they're not too small, too super tiny. Obviously, you know, something like Old Streams probably wouldn't work very well with the big bud tractor, but you know, maybe some of the other maps, Coldwell Park Farm might not work so well, but you know, Sandy Bay might work out all right. There was another one that he showed that might work out as well. So, you know, you don't have to, while the big bud is sort of very much an American type tractor, don't let that limit you from enjoying the DLC if you certainly want to enjoy that. And of course there are some other large tractors out there, both mods and also, you know, the Challenger stuff as well, that would probably be big enough to pull some of that larger equipment. The thing is like that big air seeder, that thing requires some horsepower to get that thing moving. And I think I read on PCSG that somebody tried pulling that with about a 500 horsepower tractor, and it just wouldn't do it. So it needs the big bud. But there's some other alternatives in the area of mods and such like that you might be interested in. So check those out. Well, we are basically a little over 30 minutes, and some of this time will get dropped off because of edits and stuff like that, but looks like Helper J has stopped work unexpectedly for an unknown reason. That is new. That is absolutely new. I have never seen it worded that way. Helper J has stopped work unexpectedly, unknown reason. Okay, well, I'm going to have to obviously have a chat with my recruiting agency and see what can be done as far as the types of employees that they have been sending me to work here on the farm. We've got so much work to do on this map that I just can't get it all done. I can't do it all by myself, but we'll have to kind of see what's going on. But I'll go ahead and wrap things up right now and just say thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate you tuning in and watching my episodes. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Remember, you can catch me over on Facebook. My Facebook page URL is listed down below the video. Also, check me out on PCSG and the 3 Dudes Gaming Network. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram, not Instagram, but Instagram. So catch me all those places or one of those places or whatever, and I'm going to go sort these guys out and get us some good help here on the farm. And I will just say thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all the very next episode. Bye-bye now.